Also doesn't help when they find Greg sleeping in the house's basketball court wearing a freaking purge mask. It's his sleep therapy mask, and when they wake him up, Greg claims he couldn't hear them over the white noise in his headphones. Thinking that they're still playing werewolf, he starts howling and chasing them around. I practically pissed myself laughing at his playful joy in contrast to their sheer terror. He quickly realizes this hunting party means business, so he efficiently disarms Sophie to keep himself safe. I love that this movie can go from funny to legitimately tense. This scene is suspenseful as hell, as you wonder what's gonna happen next. In the end, Greg grabs the knife to keep Sophie from getting it, so B bashes him in the back of the head with a kettlebell. Twice, actually, after he makes a final lunge. I guess Plan B is effective. It's a traumatic event, at least for Alice. Jordan justifies it with some serious bias.
If you look at all of us, like, on paper, logically, he is the most likely to commit an act of violence.
On paper?
She mentions Greg's military service as another indicator. Only problem is, dude wasn't that kind of vet.
He was a veterinarian. He was a veterinarian's assistant. Are you fucking serious right now?
While I'm sad about Greg's death and it makes me like
so
B less,
stupid.
I also find it hilarious why they accused him, these dumb idiots. They found it suspicious he had a map and supplies with him, even though it was just because he's a prepared 40-year-old. Zombie pukes from her act of murder, and while she's changing, Sophie falls off the wagon. Actor Amanda Stenberg gets good and scary playing a relapsed addict here. She blows up on Emma in a vicious and personal way, but later makes peace with pills. I guess friendship is pharmaceuticals. I love how the self-centered Emma initially thinks Sophie has the hots for her. Great acting moment from Chase Sweet Wonders, who was born and raised in the Detroit area. Hell yeah! There's another scene of everyone looking for each other, which highlights the movie's creative lighting. It's hard to film a movie in the dark with realistic, motivated lighting, but Bodies manages to do it. Production designer April Lasky installed emergency exit signs and other environmental light sources, while the actors light each other and themselves using instruments that are also relevant to their characters. Jordan, the take charge type A character, uses Greg's practical headlamp. Alice, the party girl, is lit by glow sticks, turning her into a human lighthouse. B uses her phone, which is tethered around her neck, because she's always talking to and texting with her mom, whom she has to take care of. Eventually, Alice trips over Emma's stone cold dead body, extra bloody at the bottom of a staircase. Come on, Alice, you're supposed to yell bodies, bodies, bodies! They figure that someone must have pushed her down the stairs, and Alice angrily points out this new body proves Greg's innocence. They get into a slumber party massacre huddle to figure out who might be the killer. Alice begins accusing B, and Jordan piles on. Things get pretty shovey, and B is forced out of the house. Locked out of all this place's various entrances, she retreats to Sophie's car, where she gets dangerously cheesy. She also finds an interesting artifact, a pair of yellow panties. They match a bra she found earlier, which Jordan said was hers. B returns to the house and watches through a window as Jordan takes a gun out of a drawer. She crawls back inside through the longest doggy door I've ever seen. Friggin' doggy subway, more like it. She finds the others and tattles on Jordan's secret sidearm, but Jordan empties her pockets and denies B's accusations. B wins back Sophie's trust by opening up about her personal life. She says she has to take care of her mom, who has borderline personality disorder. Alice can relate.
I have body dysmorphia. Oh my god, shut the fuck up, Alice.
Jordan can't stand this heartfelt moment between her ex and this B, so she pulls out her gun and starts waving it around. Another very Gen Z argument breaks out, full of accusations of ableism and charges of group chat neglect. Jordan tells B that she and Sophie slept together before they came here, something Sophie denies, but B already knows is true after finding those panties in the car. It's the conversational climax of this movie, with another standout performance by Rachel Sennett, especially when the put-downs are leveled at her podcast.
A podcast takes a lot of work.
I've seen a lot of love for Sennett in this film, both from audiences and her co-stars.
Rachel is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life.
Alice starts getting personal against Jordan, who impulsively responds by shooting Alice in the leg. Jordan is such a pathological liar, she denies doing what everyone just saw her do.
Did you just fucking shoot me? No.
Myhala Harold is excellent as the pugnacious Jordan. During my second watch through, I noticed a lot of her understated, hilarious line deliveries. The frenemies get into a good old-fashioned girl pile, and we all know what's coming next. In the confusion, Alice was shot through the neck. quickly killing this little Shiva baby. Yeah, no fixing that amount of blood leak. Jordan continues to deny any guilt while still brandishing the gun. She'll rue the day she threatened Sophie though, since B gets the jump on her from a hallway upstairs. After a short fight, Jordan gets some air over the banister and crashes through a glass table down below. Her last words are telling B to check Sophie's texts. Her last action is to shoot at them. Sophila and the B hide together in a sauna, which DP Jasper Wolf said was one of the smallest locations he's ever shot in. Dude had to light the actors with a flashlight he balanced in his hands while holding the camera. Both women reaffirmed that they didn't kill David, but when Sophie still lies about sleeping with Jordan, it breaks B's trust, causing her to run away scared. B hides from Sophie until the sun comes up and starts her morning jog off with a final girls circuit. Nothing better than a tour of all the bodies, except the guy she left pushing daisies in the basketball court. Amidst the messy hurricane aftermath, Sophie tries to cuddle her way back into B's heart. B responds by pointing the gun at her. You know, something tells me this relationship isn't gonna work out. B asks for Sophie's phone so she can check her texts, but instead of handing it over, Sophie tosses it aside. In true youth fashion, the girls fight over the phone instead of the gun that's lying right there. When they finally get a hold of it, they realize it's not Sophie's, it's David's phone, and after unlocking it with his dead face, they come across an incredible discovery. Turns out David was shooting a TikTok earlier to try to out-swordplay Greg. During his attempt, he slit his own throat, meaning the death that kicked this whole thing off was self-inflicted by an envious idiot. Greg was then murdered by bias and groupthink. Emma died from a tumble down the stairs after getting woozy from the pills Sophie gave her. Alice was killed by accident, and Jordan in self-defense. This was a whodunit without any who that done it. But the ending wasn't always that way. In the original script by Kristen Rupenian, there was an actual killer. Director Rayin and screenwriter Delap changed it so the characters' deaths came of their own doing. It's all kicked off by David and his fragile male ego. His pressure to feel strong wound up getting himself killed, and the ripple effect of that killed all his friends. This ending also drives home the theme of social media addiction.
And we're not really looking at what's really going on. And if these characters would do that for one moment, the movie would stop.
Just as this realization washes over them, someone arrives. The unseen Max finally returned after his fight with David. He's played by Connor O'Malley, one of Chelsea's favorite comedians. She's Minion Squad for life, man. Max asks them what happened right as the power and reception return. Shocked, it's the only thing B can respond with.
I have reception.
How many kills were in bodies? Well, let's find out at the numbers. Hey! Ah! It's really not that hard.
Huh.
Shockingly. Expected way more of a mess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've seen numerous videos of people trying to do it and they just end up, shattering the bottle everywhere and glass, and they mess up so bad to where it gets to where, like, man, there's blood everywhere too. Like, ooh. Wow, man, I did not see that coming. I actually expected there to be a killer, like somebody, but I wonder who originally was going to be the killer though. That is completely different from every other whodunit movie without there actually not even being a killer. Like, what? I was actually expecting Pete Davidson to turn out to be the killer, or somebody, man, like anybody really. But honestly, yeah, that's honestly a great twist, man. I did not see that coming.
5 people died in Bodies, so I guess it should be called Bodies. The victims were 3 women and 2 men, making this Hurricane Party pie chart. We've seen this count and gender breakdown 4 times before on this show, across a variety of very different horror movies. With a runtime of 94 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 18.8 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to David. Rarely has a mystery reveal made me laugh so hard. Dude killed himself, making a TikTok out of envy, and kicked off this whole dumbass night. It's perfect. Dolma Shetty for lamest kill will go to Emma, I guess, found dead after a drugged up tumble down the stairs. And that's it. Bodies came out in 2022, and I bet it'll mean as much to kids today as Scream meant to people my age. Next week is Malignant, if all goes well, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this Kill Count. Yes, next week is Malignant, and after that is Prey. I know originally it was supposed to be Last Night in Soho and Nope, but things got changed, and if you think about it long enough, you might be able to figure out why. Also, if you didn't notice, I'm wearing a Be Good People sweater. Now, this isn't available on deadmeatstore.com just yet, but it will be in 1 week from today, assuming you're watching this the day it comes out. Now, with Be Good People merch, we don't take a single cent of profit. Literally all profits go to a charity, in this case, the National Network of Abortion Funds. That's a charity that provides labor and financial support to local abortion funds around the country. So in 1 week, this and other Be Good People merch will be available, and you can buy them to support that cause. I want to thank some patrons like Aaron Grace, Alyssa Dowdy, Keith, DeCheg, Jordan Privet, Sitka6, and Jaden Thomas Young. Thanks, everybody. Read the shirt.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, like, man, that twist, man, like I don't think I've ever seen another whodunit movie that's ever done that. It's always like somebody that, like, oh, you never expected, or the person that you do suspect because they make it obvious, like, it was them the whole time. But I've never seen a movie where it's like, oh, there was no even a killer, like there was nobody that did anything, like everybody just died of stupid ways, like. Yeah, I cannot wait for Prey. Malignant? I don't think I've ever heard of that movie. Unless I'm thinking of another movie. Oh no, I was thinking of, what the hell was that movie? It was another movie. No, never mind. I don't know. God. I need to sleep, man. I was thinking of something else. I don't know. Have I seen that movie? No, I have not seen that movie. No, I've never even heard of that movie. Well, anyway, I can't wait to see the kill count for it, though. But especially Prey. I've actually seen Prey a while back. When it first came out, I saw Prey. It was honestly really, really good, really cool. Lots of cool combat, lots of cool references to the previous Predator movies. Yeah, can't wait to see the rest of kill counts. And yeah, that's it. That's my reaction to Bodies, 2022 Kill Count by DeadMeat. Everyone take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.